Hound here with another Vikings WarOfClans video. So in this video, we're going to be doing a full FAQ, frequently asked questions about the Paladins. And I think by watching this video, you should have basically everything you need to know about the Paladins. And there are some questions that have been answered by Torin, which I will be including in this video, which I think should give you guys all a good insight into the Paladins. So starting it off, I want to start off with one of the questions that I asked Torin. Are the Paladins going to go away? Because if you go to the App Store, it says that the event ends and they give you a time slot. Torin said the Paladins aren't going to go away. So that just the events timer that's there pretty much only says that the event's not going to be active, further down the line in the App Store. Doesn't mean that the Paladins are going to go away. So starting off this video, we just want to clarify that the Paladins aren't going to go away. There's a lot that they have planned for the Paladins. They didn't really tell me a lot about it, but there is some stuff that they did mention to me, which I will shed light to further down into this video. But there are other questions that I want to answer about the Paladins. All right, so the first question, many people have been asking me this. So if you go into your standards, obviously it says, congratulations, Jarl, the quests have all been completed. Soon you will see new tasks here worthy of such a mighty ruler, right? Essentially here it should show me the Paladins because I didn't complete my Paladins. What's up with this? So this is just a game glitch that is currently existing. Don't be worried, you can still hit the Paladins and you will still be able to get your rewards. You might not be able to find the thing here which allows you to start the quest. Doesn't mean you can't hit the Paladins. If you're having this issue, it seems to be mostly happening with the Plarium Play users. So if you're not being able to see the quest here, one, either switch to your phone if you do have access to that, or two, if it is also happening to you on the phone, don't be so worried. You can still access your Paladins by going into, your watchtower. From there, you can navigate and find the Paladin cohorts, select the level that you're trying to hit. For example, 70 would be the one that I would be hitting, and I can just attack it there. Another really important thing that I think came up when there were questions about the Paladins are those items that you earn from the quests, are those contributing towards your achievements? Can I give you a completely full answer? Nope. Have I heard from people who've said, oh, I claimed the runic coins and suddenly my Unity of 3 achievement popped up? Or I claimed the gold, suddenly my Unity of 3 achievement popped up. People that have been telling me that they've claimed and used the boosts from within the Paladins, the big boosts. I will show you which ones I'm talking about. So the 3250, the 500%, they've said that they've claimed and used these boosts only to have their Art of War achievement go up. Can I say for sure? No, because it hasn't happened to me. Unfortunately, with secret achievements and just the way the Paladins are set up, we're never going to get a full answer about this stuff because, first of all, they will never confirm with us what exactly it is to do with the secret achievements, that is to begin with. And secondly, I don't have any sort of experience myself to talk about it. So can I say yes or no? No. But have I had other people who I pretty much trust their words when it comes to these sort of things tell me that something like this has happened to them? Yes. Could it be some sort of error on their ends? Definitely. It could be some sort of misunderstanding or, some other thing that might have led to it that they probably don't remember and they're attributing it to the achievements. But I'm still fairly positive because of the amount of people that have told me that there is some sort of correlation. I'm still fairly positive, and that's why I think even if there is a chance, you might be willing to take it. It's not like such a big deal. If you want the resources or whatever, you don't want to wait for it. That's your choice. But if you have the option or you can wait for them, probably wait for them and try to find out for yourself. And at the very least, if it doesn't work, there's no harm, there's no loss. But if you do it and then you find out later down the line, then that's gonna kind of hurt. These are two questions that I've been asked very often about the Paladins. The other question that we've been asked about the Paladins, which again, I will go to my navigator to see hopefully if I can find that level 70 again. Perfect. So the other question that we've been asked, are these Paladins a fortress? Are these a town? What exactly are they? Nothing about the Paladins in this info message refers to them whether they're a town or a fortress. How do you find out if this is a town or a fortress? Very easy, right? Currently, I'm sitting in, oops. All right, so currently I'm sitting in my town gear, right? I will, actually I can do it from here with the navigator. Let's go, level 70, I'll go to my info and I'll attack. Let's use T4s. I mean, I don't think we're gonna kill it anyway. Let's throw 10,000 T4s. This is my hero and my shaman in town's gear. And what I'm gonna do is change my hero skins actually. Just select a skin that doesn't really have any sort of attribute, right? One of those free ones. Just to clarify things, right? So now I have, and the only thing here is my hero, which is in town's gear, and my shaman, which is in obviously town's gear and the town's shaman, right? And they'll attack with this 10,000. I'm obviously going to fail. So with 10,000, I was able to kill 308, right? Now all I'm gonna do is from here switch to hero sets. Let's go to pop killers. And then my shaman, I'm obviously gonna use the Uba shaman. The Rainy of the Wanderer, obviously with the Uba gear. And again, we can go, again, without changing the skin, right? We will go into the navigator, select the level 70 and info, attack with 10,000. And we can see the result here. So we've obviously killed less, right? So with 10,000, we have 227. Here with 10,000, we have 308. Does this mean that these are 100% towns? Nope. I made this mistake in trying to explain to people. Obviously, what I meant was you would be using the town skins that you have when you're killing the Paladins. You wouldn't be using your Uba gear because, as you can see, your Uba doesn't give you anywhere close to as good of a difference that your town skins do. But here's the mistake that I made in trying to explain it. These aren't towns at the end of the day. They're individual NPC opponents. And when I say individual NPC opponents, what I mean to say is, give me a second here. So here's my town set. When I go to, let's say, one of these gears, when I select this gear, the killer offense, the killer defense, the killer health, all of these are helping me, right? The 139, 120, 120. Which one is not helping me? Troop health during an attack is helping me. If I had anything here that said troop offense against town, troop offense against town, troop defense against town, troop health against town, all of those wouldn't be helping me. This gear gives you all stats that are troop specific. Troop health during an attack, total defense, total health. All of this contributes towards a positive ratio when it comes to killing those Paladins. And here's where we get into the interesting part. If we go to the skins, if these Paladins were truly towns, then this skin, or probably the other Northmen here, would end up being the best skin for them because it gives you troop health when attacking towns, 250%, and then you have troop defense, 300%, and then you have troop offense, 300%. However, if you use this town skin, you will really soon find out that the only things that are helping you possibly would be the offense against tier 4, offense against tier 5, and that's when you're hitting the lower level Paladins. Once you pass those Paladins, it's useless because if you're hitting T7 Paladins, this stats don't help you. So no, they're not towns. They are NPCs, they are soldiers essentially, and they're just sitting there on their own individual NPC opponents, and they don't consider as a town because it's more of a tile, but again, it's not a town. It's more of a location individual NPC. And this, I think, it could be a good segue into understanding which hero skins do I use. I'm not going to get really deep into the hero skins, okay? The subject of hero skins could be very difficult for a lot of us because there's players that have to ratio their runic coins. They can't get all of the hero skins. So if you don't have all of the hero skins, this isn't really something that you can try to actively engage with and switch your hero skins around, try to get the optimum ones, right? If you have the, we call this the museum, but if you have the guardian, this is probably one of the better ones because it gives you stats for different troop types. It gives you offense against tier 7. Again, if you're still hitting the T7s, that comes into play. Total defense, total health. If you have this and you don't have anything else, this is probably the one that you have to use, right? Now, if you do have these troop-specific ones, for example, this is Protectress. Protectress gives me siege offense and then gives me troop offense against siege. If my enemies is siege, right? Even if I'm using my killers to attack the siege, the 25% offense against is so visible. You can test this for yourself. If your enemy on the Paladin cohorts is a siege and you hit it with the Protector skin on, even if you're using calves, melee, whatever you're using, you see a bigger difference compared to using other skins because that 25% offense against plays a very big role into this. Now, let's say we're using this other skin, which gives me cavalry, troop offense against cavalry, the rebel. Even if I'm not using calves to hit calves on calves, right? Let's say I'm using ranged or I don't know, whatever other troop type, melee. If I'm using melee to hit calves and I'm using this skin, it gives me a better result. Previously, we would have thought that march size is the one thing that is going to give you the biggest impact. If you do the test, you can easily see that the challenger skin does not do anything as close to the specific types of hero skins. So if you have specific hero skins for different troop, different troop types, this is probably the best thing you could do. Use those different hero skins as you're hitting your various tiles. Try to figure out what those tiles are. By sending a test hit, essentially, you don't have to scout this thing. And when you do that, you're good to go. The other thing that some people have asked me is, let's say I attack this specific cohort, so which has 22 billion, 197,723,264. That's the influence. Let's say I attack this, which we did here, but let's attack with 100,000, just for test purposes, 100,000 T7s. Obviously, we're going to attack. I will boost the march because I'm impatient like that. And I failed, right? If I go to this cohort, it goes and resets back to the same influence level. It means that you can't, obviously people know about this, but some people don't, but you can't hit them multiple times and fail and expect to hit them again. So let's do this actually. I can show you the report. The report will show me that I've killed 5,271 T7 siege, which is a good thing, right? If I've killed that, I can kill more and eventually I'll wear it down. But that's not how it works. If you remember, oops, I keep doing this. If you remember the cohort influence before I attacked it, it was exactly this. So, you can't keep hitting them in order to lower their influence. You have to play really strategic. And again, we're probably not strong enough. Wait for the VIP. There's rumors of rune updates. Wait for those. Wait for the other things that are going to show up that will help you a lot. You don't have to rush this. Like, the rewards are good, but it's not worth losing a ton of troops over. Every time you fail with T8s, that's shards that you're wasting, right? So just take it slowly. If you can't push higher, I mean, I could probably go all the way up, right? There's other reasons that I'm not going, but I could at least go to like 91, 94, maybe 95. Who knows? at the very least I can go to 90, right? But I'd be wasting a ton of troops. Like, there is no reason. When I'm stronger and I'm able to hit them, I will definitely hit them and I'll minimize my losses. Especially now there is Asgard coming up, there is Jot coming up, so there's no point in wasting your troops. Essentially, you can't hit them multiple times, fail, and hit them again. It won't work. And lastly, I want to talk about gems. People ask me which is the better type of gem to use. This is currently what I'm using. It's obviously, if I click on it, killer offense, killer defense, and killer health. Is this the perfect? No, probably not. This setup that I have currently on is not for hitting anyone on towns, because if I do a start attack anyone on towns, I will remove this, which is the killer defense, and I'll replace it. So I have killer health, killer offense, and then I put a level 2 Tafit on. The reason I had this on is because we just had Fury. I wanted to have a town setup because my siege is the other way around. My siege setup was for towns, essentially. This, I just want it to be like this. Just in case there's someone that wants to play on tiles, I could probably do better versus them if I use this setup, if I'm defending on the tiles. Obviously, that didn't happen. But in my opinion, I can't tell you fully that this is the best setup. Probably good for you to test. Should I be testing it? Yes. Am I lazy? Yes. So I'm not going to test it, but I think, in my best opinion, that going with the all three same, specific types of gems is probably not going to get you too far. You probably need to include more offense so you can try to overpower them, especially if you know the way it works. I might be very wrong on this. Don't take what I'm saying with any sort of expertise. Like, I haven't tested it. If I test it, I can probably give you better results, but I'm not feeling like doing it. With gems, probably go with this setup if you can, and if you can do the offense test, do the test and see which one works better and go with that. I think that's pretty much it for the other questions that people have been asking me about the Paladins. There's a bunch of other questions that I'm going to go over to Discord and read. These questions I've asked from Torin, and he's given me answers. So I guess these will clarify some sort of questions that we do have in terms of the whole Asgard, in terms of the whole Paladin update, where it's heading, and what exactly are we expecting from it. Okay, so the first question that I asked Torin was, will the Paladin cohort event end? On the App Store, it says the event ends on 06/08/2022. He replied to me saying, don't worry, the Paladins aren't going anywhere. They'll stay with us. So Paladins aren't going to go anywhere. Question number 2, will the rewards for defeating the Paladins ever be reset along with the quests? Can we earn them more than once in the future? He said there are no plans to reset the rewards. You can get a reward for defeating each level of the Paladin one time. Question number 3, are there more than 100 levels on the Paladins, is what I asked him. He said no, there's only 100 level of Paladins that you can defeat. Question number 4, will we eventually be able to have the option to play with our clanmates, possibly onslaughts, things like that? He said the future is vague, so just stay tuned, is what he said. Lastly, question number 5, is there any sort of insight that you could share with us about the future events involving the Paladins? And this one I think is very interesting. He said, we know almost nothing about these enemies, but perhaps if you defeat them, they will be offended and call in their older brother. What I take away from this means once a majority of players have been able to defeat the Paladins, we're going to have some sort of event where the Paladins either get stronger, or there is a boss sort of Paladin that spawns on the map. And because he answered to the question where I asked, would we ever be able to do this with our clanmates? And he said, stay tuned, because he didn't want to give me an answer. What it makes me think is perhaps this boss or bigger brother Paladin would be something that would be some sort of like a world boss or kingdom boss that the entire kingdom can try to attack. Possibly the biggest impact or the biggest percentage kills for that clan or the player would probably earn them some sort of rewards, which would be very interesting to see. But yeah, these were the questions that I asked them. His answers, I mean, they were helpful, but they've only made me have more questions, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope this video helped you out. I'm sure that I could have done better. There was things that I definitely missed out, so I apologize. I'm being lazy. But yeah, I tried my best. I hope this video helps you out and clarify some of the questions and doubts that you have with the Paladins. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the very next one. Thank you, and I'll see you guys again.